First of the scales is Willie Casey.
Stone 9.5.
8 stone 9.5. Next to the scales, Jason Booth.
Eight stone 9.
8 stone 9, well within the weight.
Can you piss off? Cheers.
Call forward Gavin Reid, please.
Eight stone 9.
8 stone 9. Let's have a big cheer for local fighters.
8 stone 10.
I'm really confident. I've trained really hard for this. I feel like I haven't been at my best in my last couple of fights. I don't know why. But I'm looking for a win. I'm ready for a win. So, and Sunderland, I've boxed really well for some reason up Sunderland. So hopefully it's a good omen for me. So I'm really glad to come back here because I've got some good nights and memories here.
You know Willie Casey, he's an aggressive, come forward fighter. You know he's big punching as well, and he's going to come forward for 12 rounds.
Right.
Has he got anything different that you haven't seen before in your long career?
Probably not, but like I said, the size of the super bantams is normally the case what I'm dealing with at the minute. It's not normally the skill, so I have to be wary of his punch power, not getting to a scrap with him and show my skills and try and box him.
Are you confident you can hold him off for 12 rounds?
Yeah. I'm a tough lad when I want to be.
Last question, I mean, we spoke before, you said win, lose or draw, you're going to carry on for a year after this fight anyway.
Yeah.
What's your motivation now, Jason? You've been a pro for a long time, you've been British, European, British and Commonwealth, you fought for a world title. What's left for you?
Fire still burns from time to time. It dies down after a fight and then I get the urge to come back again. But I was going to give this year, the last year, super bantam. And then I'm going to go down to bantam if all fails and see what I can do. And then after next year, then I'm going to leave it then.
Would you maybe like to finish as a champion?
That'll be a nice thing, it'll be a nice thing.
Willie Casey, you're boxing at the Stadium of Light tomorrow against Jason Booth for the WBA title, super-bantamweight title. First time in the North East, how much are you looking forward to boxing in Sunderland?
Yeah, I'm looking very forward to it's a great place over here, we passed the stadium there yesterday evening, and it seems like a really nice place, and everything seems to be okay, it seems to be quite enough, which is good, we get a good night's sleep at night, but we're just looking forward to the fight now.
You're boxing Jason Booth. I mean, he's been a pro for a number of years, British champion, Commonwealth champion, who's fought for a world title. Just give you your thoughts. How good is Jason? How tough a fight is this for you?
Well, it can be a very tough fight. It can be a tough fight as in boxing technique wise, because he's known for his technique and his skill, and it can be very tricky for me because I'm a come forward fighter and it could suit him in a little bit, that can suit him, But I'm hoping, once I put that foot under pressure, that he will start feeling the pressure, and I'll take the victory,
You lost your last fight. Is this fight a must-win fight for you?
Well, every fight I think is a must-win fight. Every fight you want to win every fight. As I said, I'm looking to get back up to the top now. And this is the fight that I'm not prepared to lose, like, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to win it.
You just mentioned Jason Booth. We know he's a very good boxer, very skillful. He can keep people off for 12 rounds with his boxing skills. How confident are you, Willie, that you'll eventually catch up with him?
I'm very confident, like, you know, I mean, we've trained very hard for this fight, like, you know, as Jason Booth has as well, because he's known about it as well for the last 8 or 9 weeks. So, like, I mean, we've trained very hard, we prepared very well for it. So, like, I mean, we had a good training camp, and like, I'm always confident. I mean, I always believe before I go into that ring, like, you know, and Jason Booth is going to be no different. I'm more believed that I will be winning, like, you know.
Best of luck tomorrow, Willie.
Lovely, thanks very much.
Gavin, Reid, you're boxing Peter Cope tomorrow for the International Masters super-bantamweight title. Just chat about your opponent. How good is Peter Cope?
As a professional, I've never really seen him have too many bouts. I've seen him as an amateur, and as an amateur, he looked like a professional anyway. So all I'm taking from that is that his style's progressed very nicely into the professional division, and I'm looking for a hard 10-round fight with me coming up with a W.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to say, I mean, what kind of fight are you expecting? How do you see it going?
I expect Peter to try and nick the early rounds. Hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully he comes in as a war. But I honestly believe that he's going to try and nick the early rounds, stay in the back foot a bit, conserve a bit of energy, and come on later on.
It's only your 6th fight. You're much more experienced. You've been a pro longer, and you've been in with better fighters. Do you think this fight might have come a little bit too early for Peter?
Definitely, I think the fight has come too early. I think Peter Cope, pardon me, is a very good prospect to come, and he's using me as a gauge to see how well he's going to do. If he beats me, then in theory he's beaten all the good fighters I've fought. So do you know what I mean? I really think it is a step too far for him, too early, and I'm going to go there and I'm going to put the pressure on, and I'm going to break him down, and I'm going to take him into deep waters and drown him.
I've had a look at your record. I mean, you've obviously lost more than you've won, but you've been in with some of Britain's best fighters. Just tell us, Gavin, how much is your record an accurate picture of you as a boxer?
Well, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? No one put my hand up my back to say take these fights. I took the fights. I wanted to take the fights, but I just fall short against the better fighters. Now is Peter Cope one of the better fighters? That's what he's here to find out. That's what everyone's here to find out. That's what's going to make it such a good fight, and I don't believe he is.
Best of luck tomorrow, Gavin.
Thank you very much.
Peter Cope, you're boxing Gavin Reid tomorrow for the International Masters super-bantamweight title. Biggest fight of your career so far. Just tell us how you're feeling going into it.
I feel great. We've had a long, hard training camp, so 8 weeks solid we've trained hard for, so I'm ready now. And come tomorrow we're going to be big and strong in there, ready to fight.
Gavin Reid, I mean, you'll know a lot about him. He's an experienced pro. He's been with some good fighters. What kind of test are you expecting from Gavin tomorrow?
I expect a big test of Gavin. Obviously it's my hardest fight so far. He's tough, he's gritty, and he'll try and drag me into a war. So I think it'll be a fight of the day, and I think everyone should don't blink.
Just talked about it. I mean, his experience. He's been with Quigg and Frampton, people like that. He's got a lot of experience. What would you say to anybody that says this fight's come a little bit too early for you?
I think we can only find out that tomorrow. We'll find out exactly how early it's come, but I feel fantastic. I'm in the best shape of my life, so we're ready to go tomorrow.
Got a massive fan base, the Barmy Army. They'll be there cheering tomorrow. Last question, have you got a message for them?
Yeah, just thanks for the support. It's never ending, and it's getting bigger and better all the time, so it is the first of many titles, and we're bringing them all back to Hartlepool.